Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to 10 incredible facts about Germany. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for everything. We reacted a lot of these facts, and some of them are very similar, but some of them are like very strange. I wouldn't even imagine those are facts, like the jaywalking, the 3 in the morning and nobody's looking. Let me just wait for the green light, kind of thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we just gonna jump in and react to this video. Thank you so much for the support. Remember, be part of the Discord. Links in the description down below. I'm sorry, if for donation, you can simply just click the super chat or go to the links in the description down below as well. Let's jump in. Let's see what's going on here.
History. It is, and reflect on what happened before and make the decision to change, to be great and noble people or individuals. And in all of Europe, there is a country that has had a history that has affected the world with sorrow within the last 100 years.
Man, this is gonna just mess up my copyright because of the music in the background. It is what it is.
But its people remain proud and right to stand for the tall and the small and focus on bettering themselves as positive individuals. Germany, a country filled with people of traditions who go about their day and make the world a better place.
You see right here, you see a lot, you see all this stuff, man? You can tell all this is history, man. All of it, history.
Welcome to FTD Facts, guys. My name is Dave Walpole, and I gotta say, I'm really excited to be talking about Germany because, well, first of all, this is just a really interesting country that I have actually visited before. And one thing that's really great about it is you guys, the viewers, have been asking us to talk about Germany for a while. As a matter of fact, this video is way overdue. We've had people like from a year ago ask us to talk about Germany, but we just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But today is finally the day.
Today is the day.
Now, before I get in this video, guys, remind you
today is the day. Let's talk about Germany. Today is the day.
Of Grammarly.com. I'll talk about that at the end of this video. But before we jump into it, I also want to know from you guys, if you guys ever been to Germany? Do you guys want to go to Germany? If you live in Germany, holla out. Where are you from? What is the best thing about Germany down there? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, let us know a future video that you guys want us to talk about, you know where, down there. So today we are going to look at Germany, and it's been highly requested for a long time, and yes, we have yet to talk about it. And yes, this is a country that has indeed had a turbulent history, but the people of Germany look past it. So welcome to Germany. She is a powerful country with a population estimate of 82,175,700 people as of 2000.
It's a lot of people. Doesn't sound like a lot of people. It is a lot of people. 80 million, the little piece of state as big as Wisconsin, I think, or Montana. It's big. It's big.
2015, making it the 16th biggest country when it comes to population. And as a matter of fact, it's the largest country when it comes to population in all of Europe. Now, Germany is filled with a lot of traditions and value because, well, to be honest, 79% of the people living in Germany are from Germany and have ancestors who were in Germany as well. And for the rest of them, they all come from different parts of the world. And when we get into talking about this country, we gotta talk about its land size because it is pretty big. As a matter of fact, it stands at 62 when it comes to being the largest country, size equaling 357,168 kilometers square. And in Europe, when it comes to people density, they have one of the highest with 227 people per square kilometer. Now, Germany, with their population, 59.3% of them identify as Christian. And
wow, 59. Wow, that's low, man. That's actually very low. That is very low. Very low. I would not expect that. That's low. Do you guys identify as a Christian? Let me know in the comment section below.
Follow its path and its holidays. But oddly enough, in the country, 34.4% of people don't identify as religious at all. And the third highest demographic being the people of Islamic faith, coming in at 5.5%. So actually, Germany sits at the third highest for imports, and believe it or not, the third highest in exports when it comes to how much money it makes for all the countries in the world. Its imports and exports are astronomical. Imports equaling $989 billion, and its exports equaling $1.24 trillion. That's nuts. That's the biggest amount amount in all of Europe. As a matter of fact, that's one
a
of the
lot.
biggest ones we've ever talked about when it comes to countries. The only other one that we've talked about is China. And when it comes to import-exports, surprisingly, it's not oil like other countries, but it's cars. Because cars make
Well, they're very well known because of the car industry. That's for sure. Their cars are top tier.
up 12% of its exports and 4.7% of its imports. Now, the center of this
They don't love
financial
New York.
might all comes from a big place called Berlin. She's known as
Berlin.
the capital, but she is the largest city in the country with over 3.6 million people. And although Germany was considered a country on February 2nd of 962 AD, it should be noted that prior to 1871, the country wasn't unified and actually had many different capitals all around the area. For example, Berlin was the capital of Prussia, and when the country unified together on January 18th of 1871, Berlin became the capital. And we should also probably mention that in the 1900s, Berlin didn't always be the capital because of things like the war and, of course, the splitting of Germany after World War II. Sometimes Berlin got kicked out of being the capital and it went to other places as well. And speaking of splitting of Germany after World War II, did you guys know that it is now illegal to wave a Nazi flag within the country? Despite
Yeah, and you can go to prison for that. That's crazy, man. It's like here, imagine somebody going to prison because they're waving a Confederate flag, right? That'll be interesting.
which you might feel about freedom of speech, they say, nope, this is an absolute hate crime, and I gotta love them for it. And on top of that, if somebody in the country denies the Holocaust, they could actually be charged with a criminal offense. Now guys, here it is, we're not gonna...
Crazy, man. See, this is where it gets a little out of control. I'm not gonna lie, folks. This is when it gets a little bit out of control. I'm like, man, I'm all for freedom of speech, man. You guys are freedom of expression. I'm for freedom of speech, man. If somebody wanna negate that stuff, man, let it be, man. Let it be. If you wanna have the argument, let it be. For men going to prison, that's crazy, man.
I'm gonna get into this video and talk just about the war because, you know, a lot of people already know about the war. They know that there was Nazi Germany there. I want to talk about more positive things about the country, some things that you might already not know about. And what you might be interested to know is that the very first magazine was published in Germany. This was called Überblick Monats Unterredungen, which basically means edifying monthly discussions. And it was released in 1663 to 1668, and it was a philosophy of thought by Johann Rist, who was a poet from Hamburg. Alright, so in order to really understand Germany, one thing that you really got to know is it is a country of education, and they pride themselves with being very knowledgeable people. And they don't just take pride in education for their own students, but for the international ones as well. As a matter of fact, in 2014, it became one of the few countries that have not just dropped tuition fees for college for its own students, but for international students as well.
But how, my question is, that's all fine and dandy. What is the acceptance rate? How high it is? But I'm guessing is, okay, it's free education. However, what's the acceptance rate? You see what I'm saying? What's the acceptance rate? So that means if I apply to a German college right now, I will get accepted. You see what I'm saying?
Why am I not going to Germany for school? Alright, I'm out of this video. See you guys. Bye. But however, if you look at their literacy, they stand at 99%, and as for the universities, they have over 110 universities and technical universities, and as well as 220 universities for applied sciences. But out of all of them, the Heidelberg University is the oldest one in the country, being established in 1386. Now, it is ranked as one of the highest universities for education within the country. And as a matter of fact, this university has had 56 Nobel Prize laureates come from that school, which pretty much puts it as first in Germany universities with Nobel laureates and 13th in the world. And this university has over 30,000 students a year and has been operating since the days of the Holy Roman Empire. Now, speaking of Nobel laureates, let's take a look at
that's insane. That's an insane fact. Wow.
Germany, because they are one of the top 5 countries in the world to have the most Nobel Prize winners. To date, 2017, the country has 105 5 people who have received Nobel laureates. The first one being Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen for winning the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1901. And believe it or not, he got this award because he was the first man in the world to discover X-rays. That's right. Your X-rays that you get was discovered by a German man. Now let's take a deeper look into the culture of Germany, because there's one thing that I really want to talk about, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be like, yo, Dave, you can't talk about Germany without leaving this one awesome festival, and that is OctobeFest. Yeah! So for those who aren't sure, OctobeFest is what you call a Volksfest, which is basically just a huge festival where you get to drink and eat and dance and just have a lot of fun. And this festival usually is held in Munich and is held for 16 to 18 days. Now what's actually kind of weird about this festival is within Germany, they celebrate this in September and it goes pretty much till October. But however, if you go to other places around the world, say for example the Kitchener Festival, which is in Canada and is the second biggest Oktoberfest in the world, it happens at the second week of October, which is exactly a month later, and just so you guys know, I'm going to it this year. Yeah! But jumping back to the Munich one, in 2013 it had 7.7 million people attend. And this Bavarian festival
that's a lot
has
of people
been in Munich since 1810. And this all began when citizens were allowed to join the royal wedding of Prince Ludwig and Therese of Saxe-Hildenbergenhausen on October 12, 1810. That's pretty cool. I did not know that Oktoberfest started all because of a wedding. A royal wedding.
Wow,
Now,
that's
Germany
interesting,
is also a
right?
country that has a lot-
It just show you things just start because they just start. It doesn't matter big or small, they just start. And all of a sudden, it just become a tradition.
Lots of UNESCO zones or
that
UNESCO
sacred?
zones. It's one for heritage, and out of all the countries that we've talked about here on FTD Facts, this country has the most UNESCO zones out of any of them. Coming in at a total of 42 official sites, from cathedrals to parks to
Wow, that's
castles
beautiful.
to
My
caves,
goodness,
it
Lord.
has it all. And one in particular, the Voltlingen Ironworks, is a structure that is extremely unique. So this structure is not picked obviously for its beauty because it's an ironwork, but it was picked for its significance in history, as it was a pinnacle spot for the European route of industrial heritage. It was built in 1873 and finished in 1883, and although it currently stands as a museum for an interactive experience on the making of iron. And of course, it is currently the only ironworks in all of Western Europe and the Americas that was built and equipped from the 19th century that still stands today.
Wow.
Impressive. So isn't Germany just a wonderful place that is filled with great opportunity and people of pride and heritage? So this is Germany, a country that has given so much back to the world in science, art, and philosophy. My name's Dave Walpole, guys, and I gotta say, you know, it's great. I learned some new things, especially about Oktoberfest. For me, I'm going this year to the one in Kitchener, and I didn't know it started off of an anniversary. I think that's really cool. And that ironworks building is so cool, right?
Very
But either
cool.
way, guys, I want to know what your favorite fact was. So
I mean, it was amazing, man. Amazing, man. The Oktoberfest, never been one. The closest thing I've been was indie concert in Puerto Rico, and we have what was the one that we call in Milwaukee? It's Summerfest. Nah, it's pretty much what but that kind of fest, yeah, we're not ready for it. We're not ready for that. People gonna go crazy, start shooting each other. Nah, we're not ready for that. Well, hey man, you guys have that tradition. You guys have to handle yourself very well. I mean, I'll give you props for that. But let me know what you guys think. Interesting enough that he didn't talk about the Second World War, which I'm very curious why. Huh. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. In the meantime, I'll see you next one.